I think we made it through before the noose tightened. I'm glad you did the same. Of all my fantasies of you, shackled as an Imperial captive was never my favorite. I'll stay and make sure Port Nowhere doesn't land in any more of Rogan's or the Void Wolf's little parties. You can think of her as a safe harbor.
Thanks for letting me in on this.
I couldn't think of anyone better to suggest to the Senator. And don't think this is all about serving the Republic, either. There's a fortune to be made in this war. An enterprising individual could end up with a criminal empire to rival Rogan.
Criminal empire? You make it sound so sexy.
Did I say we could trust Darmus? I meant not trust him. Ever.
I can't think of anything sexier than a woman with a pile of credits and her own private army.
Ew.
There's a power vacuum in the underworld where the big name's gone. Not Dre and the Hatchet Ivory. But I have a feeling you'll be up there one day. Just keep in mind, when you're on Balmora, the opportunities are there. You just have to take them.
I gotta ask you, Captain. Why are you doing this? Before Dodonna, you've had no ties to the Republic. There's gotta be places you could make credits without taking Imperial fire. So why do we keep heading straight into the war zones?
The Empire enslaves anyone who looks like me. I can hardly turn down the chance to crush them.
I didn't think of it that way. Gives me a whole new reason to use the big guns. When I came home from the brigade with Torchy, my old man told me something that's always stuck with me. Minute you fire a weapon, someone's getting hurt. It's your responsibility to make sure the good you do with it outweighs that harm.
Your father sounds like a good man.
He was. Before Skavik took Torchy, I made sure she only fired against Separatists. Figured everyone I took down was one less family murdered. Sergeant Boom Boom, I like to use against the Empire. Buy a Republic world another day of peace. Makes pulling the trigger that much more meaningful, you know?
I'm generally pro-freedom and pro-sun. I like suns.
Bet you were surprised to see I can hold my own in a fight. I'm pretty good with a blaster. My father taught me to shoot when I was 4 years old.
Was Nock that desperate for muscle?
He thought an armed toddler was more reliable than his own people. Father wanted me self-sufficient as early as possible. Said I'd need it to survive. He was right. I still remember the day he told me he was going to sleep for a while. Said I was on my own.
Tell me he at least gave you credits before he froze himself into carbonite.
He wasn't the greatest father in the galaxy, but he planned ahead. Gave me a blaster, a starship, and plenty of credits. I was 11. Made my first solo hyperspace jump and flew to Dantooine. Father had a hideout there. Talk about your one bantha planets. For a few years, Dantooine's population was doubled thanks to me and Father frozen in carbonite.
You had one messed up childhood, Risha. It's a wonder you didn't come out crazy.
Looking back, I should have been miserable. But it was just a big adventure. Speaking of which, we're overdue for some more excitement. What do you say we get back to our latest caper?
Captain, who'd have thought when we met on Coruscant that I'd be calling you today with a formal Republic briefing? Senator Dodonna is eager to see how you handle your first mission. Balmora was once the Republic's main supplier of everything military. Until the Empire moved in and the Senate voted to turn tail and run. Which left the Empire holding everything the Republic had commissioned for Project Nebula.
What's Project Nebula?
It was supposed to be the Republic's answer to Imperial aggression. Top-of-the-line prototype capital ships, ion cannons, cluster missiles, and a few experimental goodies. And now the Empire is sending their complete Nebula munitions shipments to their front lines. The Republic's got no chance.
You stopped talking. So, here's where you expect me to jump in and do something?
Senator Dodonna wants you to work with the Balmoran Resistance. They can help you track down the Nebula shipment, then find a way to divert it to Palliser Station, a Republic base near Corellia.
So, dangerous mission behind enemy lines, key importance. How many zeros are we talking?
The Republic wants your munitions away from the Empire. However, not enough to pay market value. A smart operator might sell the prototypes back to them piece by piece. Not that I'm the one who told you. Now, your contact on the ground is one of the rebels, Newman Brock. Check in with him when you land in Bugtown. Hats off if you can do this thing, Captain.
I can promise a boatload of credits if you're for hire. We're trying to break an Imperial occupation on Balmora, but the Republic's got no ground, no resources, and right now, no chance.
I have a habit of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I don't think wrong is the right word. The Republic needs help now more than ever. Balmoran factories produce the most powerful weapons in the galaxy. Possess them, win any war you want. The Republic must retake Balmora, but we need reinforcements.
Is Balmora a complete war zone?
We've managed to make a beachhead in a place called Bugtown that the Empire overlooked. Commander Maydeen requested all reinforcements see him at Republic headquarters. Can he expect you?
Long odds and small chances are what I do best.
It's not a lost cause yet, but I'm glad I caught a specialist. I'll inform the commander. You'd better get on board. Good luck.
The Republic have picked a creepier place to hang out. Keep expecting giant bugs to come out of the walls.
So the hero of the Esselis is my backup. I couldn't ask for much better. I'm Commander Maydeen. We both know why you're here, so I'll lay out the details. The Empire's taking control of Balmora's satellite defense system. It's only a matter of time before they find Bugtown and blast us out of this swamp.
Being quick on the trigger solves a lot of my problems.
Our first offensive was shot down. Another would be a huge risk, not to mention give away our position. The Empire's got us cornered. As long as they have that satellite system, they're going to keep Balmora. But if we could get control of the satellite system, we could turn it on the Empire and even the score.
The satellite system must have a weakness.
All we know is that it's well protected. My scouts and SIS agents can't even get close. My best agent managed to gather some intel, but he never made it back. His ship was shot down. I need someone to enter Imperial territory, find Agent Jago's downed ship, and recover the intel.
Dying wasn't on my agenda for today.
We've been using a small Balmoran-controlled shuttle pad to transport our scouts. You'll get there in one piece. Use this decryptor to verify the intel's contents. Then contact me through the comm station at the shuttle pad.
Got it. Don't even need to write it down.
I'll wait for your comm call. Good luck up there.
Greetings, Captain. I am C6RR, the Class 6 protocol droid in the service of Newman Brock. My master most often refers to me as Sixer. I believe he sees it as an affectionate nickname.
Sorry, buddy. I'm on a schedule.
Master Newman! Master Newman, the visitor you were expecting has arrived.
So, what brings you to Balmora, Captain? Other than the Fat Republic payoff? They're so busy hiding behind treaties, they're handing out credits like candy. I mean, folks like you and me can make a killing.
Just How much do you think we have in common?
You got blasters, brains, beauty. I reckon quite a lot.
Hey, you don't get to talk to her like that. Does he get to talk to you like that?
In peacetime, I'd have been a wanted man by both the Republic and Balmora. And now they call me Commander.
Master Newman specializes in cryptographic analysis. He oversees all encoded Republic communications. It's very exciting.
I deal with the SIS's double agent, codename Golden. He's how we heard about the Nebula shipment.
I never trust a man with a code name.
He's given us some of our best information. Without him, we wouldn't have taken Bugtown. But we need to be extremely careful in our communications. Codes, dead drops, no face-to-face contact. We've got a payment due. In return, he says he's got a location for the Nebula shipment. I need you to make the drop-off.
I get the feeling this is a lot more complicated than you make it sound.
I don't know. That sounded pretty complicated to me.
The last agent we sent never came back. The Imperials held a public execution. So you'll need to hit a series of decoy dead drops to flesh out any tales before you go to the Okara droid factory for the real deal.
Should I just follow the signs for traitorous double agent dead drop?
I'll transmit the decoy points. The real drop-off is in the Okara droid factory.
Oh, and the probe droids, Master Newman. Don't forget the probe droids.
Right. If you see a probe droid, take it down before it can transmit, or you'll have half a division on you. Once you find the drop in the Okara droid factory, leave the payment and pick up the data file Golden left.
Captain, I just got some real good news. Somebody attempted to access Vidu's old bank accounts from Tatooine.
Aren't all of Vidu's people dead?
Maybe not. Vidu's crew was like a family to me. First one after mine were killed. I didn't think any of them survived Skavik and Serena. I don't know what they'd be doing on Tatooine.
Any idea who's back from the dead?
The only one with access to the accounts was our slicer. Twi'lek kid. Called himself Jettison. Good guy. Makes me wonder what got him so desperate he tried to take a loan from a dead man's accounts. It'd mean a lot if we could stop on Tatooine, so I can make sure the kid's okay.
I'll find him. You've got my word on that.
Thank you, Captain. I won't forget you did this for me. From what I can tell, the access attempt came from some village, way off the beaten path. No name or anything. Really makes me wonder what he's doing out there.
Mayday! Mayday! Can anyone read me? Comms blocked. That blasted satellite wasn't enough to shoot me down. The Empire's on the ground already. They'll search the ship and find the intel. I'm blasting the intel out with the garbage. That ought to keep the Imperials busy. Intel's away. I'm going down.
Commander Medine, I recovered your intel. The agent didn't make it.
Even so, that's the best news I've gotten in a while. There's enough data here to build another satellite system. It's all in Belmoran's shorthand. Looks like the system's operated by the Hawkeye techs. The Hawkeyes are the best technicians on Belmora. To control the satellite system, we'll need their help.
Just tell me where the action is.
Most of the Hawkeyes are stationed at the satellite control tower, but there's one we might be able to reach. Ian Sarkis. I recognize the name. He's young, but brilliant. Bit of a wisecracker.
I'd say he's met his match.
On that, we agree. Sarkis works at a well-armed auxiliary satellite station used to spy on the locals. There's an armory on site, and plenty of Imperial troops. He reports to one of the Empire's best, Admiral Rezair. No wonder they've got control.
Should I be worried?
You should be careful. The only way to beat Admiral Rezair is to stay one step ahead. Do what you have to, and get Sarkis back to the shuttle pad. He'll tell us where to go from there.
I'll be there as quick as I can.
I'll be standing by.
Ian Sarkis?
That's me, and I'll help you with anything you want. Just don't shoot. Guess you must need me or the satellite system pretty bad.
I need you to get me control of the satellite system.
I'd consider that fair trade for a rescue. The Empire hasn't paid me since they took over. But if Admiral Rezair discovers you attacked this post just to get me out, he'll know the Republic's up to something. We'll have to make a few stops first so I can cover our tracks.
That's a smart play, all right.
I've met Admiral Rezair. I'd like to avoid doing that again. Just get me where I need to go. I'll do the rest.
Right out of picture.
Scrambled their comm channels. If the Imperials want to tell the Admiral what happened, they'll have to go on foot. Program the droids to fire on Imperials. A little more problematic than a tech gone missing. Watch out. These transmitters used to keep Balmoran predators away. Now they attract them.
I'm starting to get worried. There's a lot of Imperial movement going on up there.
I hit some turbulence, but I worked things out.
I'm alive, so I won't complain that you didn't mention my help. Ian Sarkis, Hawkeye Tech.
That's our man. Can you get his control of Belmora's satellite system?
Not exactly, but I can shut it down, that's for sure.
Shutting down a satellite system is nothing to sneeze at.
Hacking past a Hawkeye defense? I deserve a medal. I can get you one unauthorized command. Then the system will lock up, and it'll take the Hawkeyes weeks to detangle it.
That'll have to be enough. How do we make this happen?
The hack needs to be planted in the satellite control tower's main computers, right where Admiral Rezair and his men are stationed.
wasn't planning to live forever anyway. I'm in.
Once the fight's over, just insert this disc into the main control console. It'll upload the hack. I need to get to a computer. Thanks again for the rescue.
Taking down Admiral Rizer and his men is a tall order. Are you sure you're up to it?
I'll keep my eyes open.
Sarkis and I will wait for your signal. We'll be ready.
Enough! This ends here. The Republic is clearly desperate, but I never thought they would send a civilian.
One second. I'm adding up how many Imperials I killed to get here.
You're going to die for a lost cause, my friend. The Empire controls Balmorra. The greatest weapons in the galaxy are now in the hands of its strongest power. If the Republic insists on fighting those odds, Balmorra will suffer for it.
Whatever you've done, you'll pay for it.
In wasted time with a fool, it appears.
One satellite defense system, courtesy of me. How's that for the rookie, Hawkeyes? Guys, tell me the other Hawkeyes are just ignoring me.
It's just me and a bunch of dead Imperials.
Odd. The Hawkeyes don't leave their posts, unless it's to help nice people like you. Looks like the hack worked perfectly. I can get one command in before the system locks up. Just say the word and I'll... No, this can't be. The Hawkeyes are being executed. Admiral Rizer's orders.
You sure about that?
I can read. Easiest things to pick up are comm messages.
Sarkis, assault's already begun. There's an Imperial command compound. Can't locate. Destroy our defenses. Use the satellite system to find command. Shut down dispatch console. Mating out.
I'm really torn up about a bunch of stuff being destroyed. But we're talking life or death here. We've only got one command. We have to use it to find the Hawkeyes.
Do it. I won't let innocent people die.
The Hawkeyes are being held in the Okara droid factory. We're lucky. That's not too far away. I brought down their biggest defenses with the turbo lasers, but there's still a lot of Imperials inside.
Been a while since I broke a sweat. Might be fun.
Just don't have so much fun that you forget to save the Hawkeyes. I can't thank you enough. Now hurry.
You saved us. I didn't think anyone knew we were here. The Imperials were gonna use us for target practice. We owe you one.
Get yourself somewhere safe.
We're gonna run until there's no more Imperial flags. Thank you again.
Welcome back. The satellite system's down and the battle's over. I've been in some intense ops before, but that... let's just say Bugtown never looked so good. We're holding the Empire back by the skin of our teeth, Freeing captive civilians wouldn't have been my choice.
The Republic's made up of allies, not buildings.
The Hawkeyes know Balmora's infrastructure better than anyone. Perhaps they'll make future victories more certain. Either way, we'd likely be standing in a bombed-out mess if it wasn't for you. You've got my thanks.
There's a lot of Balmora left. What's your next move?
Get into more populated areas. Start contacting the locals. Our next major offensive is Imperial headquarters in the city of Sobrik. There's a sizable Balmoran resistance set up nearby. Beck Tauret, the resistance leader, requested our aid, but the satellite system kept us from answering. I'd like to send you.
Good to know someone else is fighting back.
Up until now, they were the only ones. I'll let Beck know you're heading in that direction. He'll be waiting. I've got to get back to troop deployment. I'm certain we'll cross paths again.
Then if we can hit the power... looks like you've got your reinforcements.
A mercenary. Whether you're in it for the credits or the cause, I'm glad to have you. I'm Beck Tauret, and this is Colonel Marek. We welcome anyone who's willing to fight for a free Balmora. I requested backup because we've set our sights on the city of Sobrik. It's currently Imperial headquarters.
Got a lot of volunteers for something that could be suicide.
The Empire's raised our land, forced us from our homes, taken our cities. We do what we must. Colonel Marek is the most decorated officer in the Balmoran militia, and our man inside the Empire.
Our best bet into Sobrik is an aerial assault, landing in the spaceport and surprising them.
Our transport's an old Republic model. She can carry enough men to challenge the Empire.
But the spaceport shield disables any non-Imperial craft, and all the false promises in the galaxy won't deactivate it.
What's wrong with storming the gates?
You couldn't win, not without the spaceport. The Empire can hold themselves up in there and launch fighter after fighter.
We've gotten our hands on the Togruta Disruptor, a prototype weapon that could break through Sobrik's shield.
The Empire has fail-safes in place, and the Togruta Disruptor will only work for a few minutes. Luckily, that's all we need.
But activating it requires enough power to launch a Star Destroyer, and we don't have it.
The only thing that's got that kind of juice is Sobrik's power grid, the largest set of generators on Balmora.
Tampering with these generators might get some unwanted attention.
The men will be armed for the assault on Sobrik. If the Empire decides to bring a fight here first, we'll be ready.
Now, the Empire, anticipating an attack, has positioned fully armed garrisons at each generator.
If you can get past them and siphon power from the generators, we can activate the Togruta Disruptor and break through Sobrik's shield.
I'm good at getting things where they need to go.
I'll monitor the power grid from here and contact you when everything's in place. Good luck.
Better?
lost control of Sobrik's power grid. Diverting power to the Troida disruptor. That's it. Transferring you to Beck Talrot. Sobrik's shield will only be down for a few minutes, so make it quick.
The Troida disruptor is activated. Sobrik's spaceport shield is breaking down. I can't thank you enough.
You can thank me later. Let's get Sobrik back.
You'll be the hero of Balmora when we win Sobrik. I promise you. I'm impressed. Those garrisons were tough, and I should know. I was forced to design them. Beck's got good men, but they're not fighters like you and me. They'll need your help to retake the city. Enter Sobrik through the main gates. Fight through the Empire and make your way to the spaceport from there.
Use your double agent status to help us.
The greatest double agent in the world couldn't make the Empire ignore a spaceport invasion. See you inside.
You're lost, Beck. Your men are dead and your ship's in flames.
What? How could you do this to us?
Here come your reinforcements. Ask them if you don't believe me.
You're standing with the Empire, Colonel.
Balmora will too, before long. Please, don't make this hard. Surrender or die. Those are your options.
Here's a third option. Go to hell.
I wouldn't expect a mercenary to understand. When the Empire came, the Republic fought, lost, and left. Balmora needs order, stability, and power to survive. Our future is with the Empire.
There a reason you're still jabbering at me?
Hear that, Beck? Your backups refuse to surrender. Don't make the same mistake.
Hello? Please tell me someone won that firefight.
The Imperials are dead, the spaceport's secure.
I just hope their dead equals ours. Colonel Merrick was respected and revered all over Balmora. If word of this gets out, we'll lose face. And that means losing support and manpower.
You coward. Weak and spineless, just like the Republic.
The Colonel was once a hero. Let him die like one. Kill him and put him in with the others. I'll say he fell in combat.
This isn't any worse than you deserve.
At least he did something to help us, in the end. Despite the Colonel's best efforts, you've won us the spaceport. Sobrik will be a battlefield for a few days, but we'll get it under control. Meet me back at the Troida workshop. I'll be waiting.
It's over. Sobrik is free. I didn't think I'd live to see it. You have no idea what you've done for us. Colonel Merrick's sacrifice inspired countless men to join the Resistance. The Republic's promised more men, more supplies. We'll clean things up in Sobrik, and then see what else we can do.
You farmers aren't half bad in a fight.
The harder we fight, the sooner the Empire will leave. Commander Maydeen wants to speak with you. We've got him waiting on comm-call.
Did the commander say what it was about?
He didn't say, and I didn't pry. Balmorra will never forget what you did for us. Thank you again.
Commander Maydeen, I was told you wanted to speak with me?
Sobrik is free, and we have you to thank. A battalion should be in the city soon, though it'll be a long slog. You've proven your commitment to Balmorra and the Republic. I've been authorized to ask for your help with a top-secret mission.
I wasn't aware I was proving myself.
The satellite system at Imperial headquarters had to be dealt with. I'm just lucky you're the one responsible. Let me introduce Dr. Karsiri, a scientist at the Balmoran Arms Factory.
Lead scientist now, actually. Not that that matters. I don't lead armies or free cities like you.
Dr. Karsiri is braver than he admits. He's working on the whole reason the Empire's fighting for Balmorra, the Barrager planetary defense system.
What's so special about this weapon?
The Barrager can destroy an entire orbiting fleet without launching a single ship. The host planet becomes an impenetrable fortress.
We can't do anything to the Barrager unless we can control it. For that, we need someone who knows the weapon inside and out.
The weapons designers are Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis. They refused to work for the Empire and were imprisoned in the Gorinth Brig.
What exactly is the Gorinth Brig?
It's a brutal Imperial prison. Every scientist who refused to cooperate was sent there.
Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis are the only people who can get us the Barrager. They must get out of the Gorinth Brig safely. My scout West Durga is on the Gorinth Plateau. Speak with him. He'll know how to get inside and free the doctors.
I always enjoy a good prison break.
Then you'll be the only person who ever entered the Gorinth Brig happily.
Keep me updated, Commander. I'll do what I can to keep the Empire busy here. Good luck.
Jungobed, stabo lutumul numts zaktas. Musutugu, no gushle zoruku.
Apparently I missed some important details.
Kumun haba ukunik mekwasta bahala. Provata gahal gurefes sugurututa selvagu.
I'm itching for some live target practice.
Dar flamkuin uvjagarbeld luthun stema. Ul qualuta meta jurherfut persono jormolla. Uma ormalo mentu gorastuk.
I've got the access key to the Gorinth Brig.
Uma ormalo mentu gorastuk. Rugul afnamul konfu ensesquenu unswat.
Lieutenant Becker's gonna die, same as the rest.
Fulgaruga muswa, you graduat moon. Junstabu fuqualangua, persana huara.
I'm itching for some live target practice.
Jonulu hagan datalamutu ondotta joestakon.
I never get tired of busting people loose from Imperial prisons.
It's no use. You need an extractor's ID card to operate that elevator.
Don't worry about the elevator. Tell me how to open the cell.
Get out of here while you still can. The extractors will be back any...
Not very chatty now, are you, old man? Looks like we have a security breach. And some new prisoners.
The extractors are dead? And you saved us. I can't believe it.
I'm looking for Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis. They were working on a very important weapon.
I think I remember them. Scientists, or something, right? They haven't been seen since they were taken below. I know Lieutenant Vecker rarely leaves his interrogation rooms on the lower level. He keeps the most valuable prisoners close by. Here, take the extractor's ID card. If you're looking to free someone else, you'll have to get onto the lower level to do it.
Get to the Republic outpost and find West Durga. He'll help you.
I'm getting out of here before more extractors show up. Good luck to you.
Better?
Idiots! Did none of you think to stop an intruder? Or are we issuing invitations? No matter. You won't disrupt the work I'm doing to stabilize Balmorra.
And people say I'm overconfident.
Whether you're here out of some misguided attempt to save these criminals, or you're after Republic interests, you won't succeed. Gorinth Brig and everyone in it serves the Empire. They live for it, they die for it.
Release the prisoners and you can go free.
Start a planet-wide riot. No wonder the Republic's falling apart. Disarm the intruder. Alive if possible. Dead as an example.
Dr. Meln? Dr. Ortis?
Dr. Ortis, just give me a minute to catch my breath. I thought that fight would never end.
Forgive him. This whole experience has been traumatic. Dr. Meln at your service.
I can't believe you went to these lengths to rescue us. Thank you.
I was told you designed the barrager. I hope I'm not wrong.
The Empire imprisoned us because of the barrage. And now the Republic set us free. I think I know why you're here. The Barrager is an incredibly complicated and well-protected weapon, as designed. Luckily, our design notes are in contraband. We can use Lieutenant Vecker's credentials to override the security system and get those files. It'll lock down afterwards, of course, but we'll have what we need.
For a prisoner, you know a lot about being a warden.
Miserable Worm was my boss for months. I got a first-hand view of how this place operates. With our files, we can create a foolproof spike for the Republic, guaranteed to get control of the Barrager.
Wait just a minute. What about all those prisoners? You might have forgotten everything we've seen here, Doctor, but I haven't. This is our chance to destroy this terrible place. We have to use that override to let these people go. As for the Barrager, we'll figure out something.
The Gorinth Briggs caused enough suffering.
You may have just single-handedly condemned the Republic.
The thanks of 1,000 prisoners should make up for it. The override worked. Every security field in the Gorinth Brig has failed. We should get to a shuttle. Dr. Meln and I will do our best to get something together for the Barrager spike. Thank you.
Ugal ungas, ut termo nulu uma.
It's so hard to be humble, knowing how great I am.
Ul qualuta meta jurher fut persono jormola. Gahal ravul as John ujuet untumata. Juguhu zuza haga, noexa nunsa bahala.
I'm glad you're back. We've got no time to waste. Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis have created the Barrager spike. It's hacked together from memory, so they can't guarantee anything. We really could have used their research.
So saving people's lives isn't really a priority for you?
I'm here to win a war for the Republic. I just hope the spike works. The Barrager could prevent another Telos or Taris forever. The Republic must get control of it. Our plans hit a small snag. We've been unable to get in touch with Dr. Karsiri, the informant who started all this.
You don't think he'd turn snitch, do you?
If he was any other man, I might. But he's much too eager to be a hero. The Empire's massing their troops at the Balmoran arms factory. It's a battle from here on in. We've got to move forward, with or without Dr. Karsiri. My technician Len Carter's been working on locating the Barrager. He's waiting for you at the Sundari outpost.
I have a bad feeling about this.
If it's any consolation, you're not the only one. I'll keep trying to contact Dr. Karsiri. I'll let you know if I hear from him. Medine out.
I'm looking for Lem Karner.
You found him. Good thing, too. Now you can take this off my hands. It's the Barrager spike. Commander Medine sent it over. Your job is to use that to take control of the Barrager. My job is to find it for you.
I guess there's been no word from Dr. Karsiri.
Not a peep. That's why you're dealing with an old tech like me. Takes a lot of power to destroy a fleet. I can trace where it's going and locate the Barrager that way. But the Empire's got power-hungry contraptions all over this battlefield. As long as they're up, I can't get a clear reading. Get me?
Just tell me where the action is.
Empire's recalled their full forces here. Republic's doing all they can, but you've got a literal army to get through. Watch yourself. Knock out everything the Empire's got running. Hook this power monitor up to their primary sensor grid, and we'll find your weapon.
Hang tight. I'll be back soon.
As soon as I've got a lock on the Barrage's location, I'll calm you. Stay safe out there.
Signals coming in, clear as a bell. Most of the power's being drawn to the administrative complex of the Balmoran Arms Factory. The barrager must be there.
An administrative complex doesn't sound so threatening.
Don't be so sure. Probably plenty of security still standing between you and the barrager. I've got Commander Maydeen on hold for you. If we don't meet again, well, for Balmora's sake, I hope we do.
Looks like we were both hard at work. You've got the barrager's location. I've got Dr. Karsiri.
Good thing, too. The barrager lab's been fortified beyond recognition. Freeing the Gorinth Brig prisoners must have put a scare into the Empire. They're driving us hard to finish the weapon. The Empire's made Darth Minax our overseer. She was a slave driver before, but now, any minor setback is grounds for execution.
That's an average day working for a Hutt.
Hutts can be bargained with. Darth Minax knows only success and failure. Without their research, Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis couldn't have anticipated our progress. There's some vital extra steps to making their hack work.
You've got a brilliant plan, right?
Use the barrager spike on the subsystem controllers, then on the main power core. It'll allow full control when you arrive.
I won't blow this. Trust me.
You've already done more for Balmora than I ever thought possible. I'd better get back before Darth Minax comes looking. I hope to meet you in person soon.
This is it. Follow Dr. Karsiri's instructions and get to the barrager. Medine out.
I'm sorry, Darth Minax. I had the codes put in place, but the locks seem to have failed.
Half the Imperial Army, and still the Republic gets inside. Secure the weapon. You found the barrager designers among the rest of the rabble you freed, didn't you? Pathetic, idiotic Republic luck.
If I needed luck, I'd already be dead.
Killing you will send quite the message. I hope the Republic takes the hint. Balmora belongs to the Empire. The barrager will only remove all doubt. You were very foolish to come here. Perhaps now you'll understand why.
Find Dr. Karsiri. Is anyone there?
We're here, Commander. Darth Minax and the other Imperials are dead. The Barrager's ready to accept your spike.
Excellent. Use the Barrager spike to get control. I'm sending a recovery crew to take over operations.
To take over? But the Barrager is a threat to Balmorra. It must be destroyed, you know that!
Everything all right here? Seems like there might be a problem.
What's wrong is that your commander is willing to sacrifice Balmorra for a Republic victory. Destroying a fleet takes every bit of power a planet can give. Solar, geothermal, hydro. If it's part of Balmorra, it's powering the Barrager. It will leave the planet an empty shell, with nothing left to defend. The Empire wanted the Barrager so they could hold Balmorra forever. Now I see the Republic does too. Commander Medine lied to us.
Is this true, Commander?
Whatever your assumptions, Doctor, I made it clear that we needed to get control of the Barrager.
You never said the Republic planned to use it!
You really think we'd destroy something that could prevent another Telos, Terrace, or Coruscant? Save millions of lives and guarantee a Republic victory? This war is not over. I can feel it. I know the cost is high, but the Barrager could make sure the Republic wins that war. We have to claim it.
We can't sacrifice one planet to save another.
Blast it! Do you realize what you're doing? You've given the Empire a second chance!
The Barrager's power core is overloaded. We have to evacuate.
The Imperials still have stockpiles here. We need 2 squads up on the Goran Plateau. You're back. We're in the middle of final troop deployment. The Empire's lost, but they're attacking on their way out. I don't think you realize what you've done. If we had the Barrager, the Imperials wouldn't have fired another shot.
You wanted to destroy Balmorra for a weapon. You might as well join them.
I wanted to give the Republic the best shot I could at defeating the Empire. Were you there when the Empire attacked Coruscant? They came out of nowhere, and we couldn't do anything about it. The Empire invaded Balmorra. I promised myself that it would end here. Can you blame me?
You won't beat your opposition by stooping to their level.
I know. Fast and easy never won a war. I fooled myself into thinking this could be different. I'm glad it was you making the call and not me. When you spend your life fighting, it's easy to forget why. You secured the Barrager, stormed the Goranth Brig, freed Sobrik. The Republic is completely in your debt.
What happens next?
Even after the Empire's gone, refugees will need escorts. Infrastructure's got to get going again. There's a lot of work ahead. But Balmorra's free. That's what's important. Good luck to you.
This is Imperial property. Freeze!
If I listen, does that mean you won't shoot me? Because that seems out of character.
Good point. Don't we usually shoot them anyway?
Shut up! Spar, you take point here. Try to take them alive.
You didn't say please. You want to take out the rest of these idiots? We need to talk privately. I'll let you take credit here. These aren't bodies I need on my name.
Am I the only one here who's really confused?
I want access to Moff Tyrek, and I'll pay any price you name to get it.
Huh?
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
That sounds even more embarrassing when you say it.
That's who your delivery is for. Imperial Moff Tyrek, commander of the 63rd Armored Infantry Division. If he's working for the Resistance, I want to know why.
You're Mandalorian. Aren't you loyal to the Empire?
No. I am seeking Moff Tyrek for reasons of my own. I will give the Republic all I know of the Empire's plans here, as payment for Moff Tyrek.
I might be able to help you out for a favor like that.
See what you can find out. I'll contact you later. For now, I'm gonna stay out of sight.
Oh dear, Captain. I cannot say how relieved I am to see you. After you left, Master Newman went to meet with some Resistance fighters and he never made it back.
Is it true the payment was for an Imperial Moff?
What were... Oh, yes, the double agent. Moff Tyrek, indeed. You seem to be in one piece, so I trust that went well. Great sakes! I've just intercepted an Imperial data stream. A foot patrol caught Master Newman and the others. They're taking them to Camp Vigil.
I'm guessing that's not a let's sleep under the romantic moonlight sort of camp?
Camp Vigil is Balmora's most notorious prison camp, set up by the Void Wolf himself. Master Newman has a pair of field disruptors he intended to use to break our people out. If you were to smuggle them to him now, he could stage a massive prison break from inside. The Empire will be humiliated.
I'll be there as quick as I can.
Wait! There's no easy physical way inside. Master Newman has cultivated contacts among those Camp Vigil guards with weaknesses for stims and other restricted imports. If you make his deliveries to the corrupt guards, you should be able to gain access to the camp, if not the prison itself.
These guys are probably trying to hide their habits, right?
I'll give you IDs on the guards, and we'll hide the field disruptors in your clothes. And you're ready to go. Just head for Sobrik. Camp Vigil is just inside. I believe Private Wick's on duty at the entrance tonight. I'm sure you'll find a way to convince him to let you in.